Hey, what is up, viewers? My name is SDSK, and welcome to Katawa Shoujo. So this is a visual novel that a lot of you guys have been asking me to check out ever since I played Jade, which was my first visual novel. And I don't know much about this game other than the fact that you guys have been telling me it's amazing. So with that in mind, let's begin our journey to Katawa Shoujo, I guess? I don't really know what that means. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And feel free to correct me if I'm saying that wrong in the comment section below. But a light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. Oh, I'm gonna have to read. Alright, disclaimer. I guess I'm gonna have to do the voiceover for this game. And I suck at voiceover because I can't read half the stuff that's happening. And I hope it's not like Jade, because I'm pretty sure I lost brain cells in Jade. It was a good game, don't get me wrong, but the grammar in that game was absolutely terrible. So hopefully I can manage to do a good job. But if I mess up, well, it's because I suck at reading. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous, there we go. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Hisao, just how long am I expected to wait out here, anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. Ah, yes, the note. Slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of a letter in the locker, but at least this shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky over the only sign of time passing in the stagnant world. Wow, this is a really beautifully written game, way different from Jade. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. The rustling of a snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Hi, Hisao. You came. A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I hear in my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. Look at that. Oh my gosh, these names. Iwanako. I probably butchered that name. Got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it. I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result? Pathetic. Yes. I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. Shy, joyous smiles. It makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle, even if I tried. By the way, I know Jade, that episode was like an hour long. It was super, super long, but I feel like this is going to be a longer game, and that was just a demo, but this is a full-on finished game, so I am going to do this episodically. I don't know how long the episodes are going to be, but I guess we'll find out. But anyway, let's continue. Oh, what the heck? What is that? My heart is pounding now, as if it was trying to burst out of my chest and claim this girl for itself. It's a really good-looking game. So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind... Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. Oh my gosh. The cacophonous sound. I'm so sorry. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. I need to look up these words and know what they mean. Iwanako, or Ilwanako. I looked at the characters when I was getting the game, which was really weird because I had to get uTorrent to get this game, which is, I don't know why, but yeah, I looked at the characters. I didn't think to pronounce them for some reason, but anyway, Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long black hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. Now, I believe this. I do know that I went on the website. Basically, I just searched for this game on Google because you guys have been asking me for it. And I did read the description of the game, which is basically, apparently takes place in like a disabled children's hospital or something like that in modern-day Japan. That's all I know. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. And apparently there's 5 endings, so I want to go. You see, oh God, I wanted to know if you go out with me. Fucking shit, said it wrong. I stand there, motionless, safe from my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond this breaking point. Hisao? I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms. Hisao? My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shot open in terror. Hisao! The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky. Iwanako runs towards me. All these fade to black. The last things I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help and the incessant clatter of the branches above. I kind of blanked on that word for a second. So I believe I have something wrong with my heart that goes wrong, and I'm in the hospital for many months or so, I think, or something like that. And then I got thinking, 4 Leaf Studios presents. I sound like a Disney man. Katawa Shoujo. I sound like the Disney classic ad person. Inspiration is, I don't know what that is. So I'm really liking these kind of anime games and stuff. They're really different from what I usually play, and there's so much heart that's in them, at least most of them. And I've really gotten into anime recently. I've always loved anime. I read a lot of anime when I was younger, but recently I've gotten into watching anime as well. I finally started watching Full Metal Alchemist, which was, I'm addicted right now. I'm kind of on a marathon. I took a little break to do this, but I'm having so much fun with that. But this is actually interesting. There's actually moving, kind of like movie-like video in this. It's really interesting. But yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for this series. And a visual novel, I guess, is basically kind of, for those who don't know, it's kind of just like a book and an anime show. An anime book and an anime show combined. Oh, it's been 4 months since my heart attack. I had a heart attack. Wow. In that whole time, I could probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia? A strange word, a foreign, alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition, it causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 I'm not even going to say that word, apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition... Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay in a hotel, at the hotel to recuperate from the treatments. I can't read. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. I felt as if I was missed. What? For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all that get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I recognized the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy has been turned into a class project. Wow, that sucks. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. And Hanako was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again, and we never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital? It wasn't really a place I'd... Wait, what? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses were so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they're in a hurry. They have a million other patients waiting for them. But it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but took me to wait and told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of omen. I still asked a head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why. I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hand. But I loved the stories. That was what my life was like. The days began increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like the time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside, instead of moving within. A week would go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I don't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness throughout the barrier of nonchalance. Did I say that right? I had to set up for myself. The pages of my books would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely, and I couldn't even cry. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he was trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. This is the ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers and setting them aside as if it was to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down at the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eye for a moment. Doctor. Hello, how are you today? I didn't answer him, but I smiled a little back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all We have all your medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look at myself, feeling numb. How was I supposed to react to this? Oh, wow. The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contraindications? Yeah, there we go. And dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. All of this for the rest of my life? Every day? I'm afraid that is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see the list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? For me. I'd like to feel, I'd have felt better if he didn't say anything at all. I almost burped there. Also, I've spoken to your parents, and we believe that it is best to do, that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please calm down, Hisao. Hisao? Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down. The way he says it The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. God, I said that really weird. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Hanako Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? It has a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of the students live on the campus. I don't know. Am I keeping that voice correctly? I think it is a boarding school of sorts. It is designed to give students the degree of confidence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise the fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff. There wouldn't be and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out and had a couple of weeks back. Wait, what? We went out there and had a look a couple of weeks back. I think you'd like it. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue with your education. The doctor can't speak. Good. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamned opportunity! Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and while it's not the same one, a special school. That's an insult. That is what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All the students are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right, and many of the graduates at the school have gone to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues is in another hospital as a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. What? A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I I really hate that something is so important it was decided for me. But what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny, I always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I wanted to protest. I wanted to blame this lack of reaction on shock and fatigue. I could easily yell out something now. Something about how now I can go back to school anyway. What? Something about how I can go back to school anyway. But no. I didn't say anything. The fact is that I know now it's futile. I look around the room, feeling really very tired of all this. The hospital doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that can make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I tried to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That is all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something, even if it's not special school, it's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see that my new life will look like. What my new life will look like. All right, now, can I pause this game? Can I pause this? Oh, I can pause this. All right, so I'm going to end it here. 19 minutes. I'm glad it tells me the time. That's a pretty good amount for the first episode. So thank you guys very, very much for watching the first episode of Katawa Shoujo. Hopefully I said that right. If I didn't, feel free to correct me. If I'm saying anything wrong or if at all in this video, feel free to correct me with a comment below. Also, let me know what your favorite visual novel is. I'd love to know. A lot of you guys said this was a really good one when I played Jade, so it'd be great to see if you guys have any other favorites, and I'll definitely continue. This is certainly a really interesting game. But thank you guys very, very much for watching once again. My name's SDSK, and I will see you on the flip side.
Hey, no, no.